Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whenever you are attending this class today. Um, Thank you so much for being here. Today we will need a yoga block. So grab one if you haven't already and meet me in hero's pose. So our knees are folded below our hips. We are sitting on the yoga block underneath our pelvis. And our ankles are on either side of the yoga block. And take a moment to get cozy here and allow your pelvis to sink down onto that yoga block. And if you don't have a yoga block yet, I suggest to get one, at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or what have you. Also online is available. If you don't have one today, though, that's okay. You can always use a book or a pillow, something to bring the ground closer to you. So after you find that, go ahead and sit up nice and tall in hero's pose, Virasana. Roll your shoulders back, let your eyes softly close, and hands to fall, palms facing up on your lap. And as you come here, notice the effects of the mind as you close your eyes. What happens in the body, what the response is of the body as you let your eyes shut down. Notice any softness moving through the shoulders or the chest, or the belly, allowing tension to escape your body. If you haven't done so already, begin with your Ujjayi breathing. Creating a slight sound in the back of the throat with your breath, but breathing in and out of your nose. Staying with that Ujjayi breathing. Filling inhales and releasing exhales. We begin to take our hands to heart center in prayer position, Anjali Mudra. And as we unite both sides of our body, we unite everything that is within us. And as you do this, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself what you need of yoga. What intention is running through you today? What is coming through? What words or affirmations do you need to keep your focus in this class, but to keep your motivation for this life? What will help get you to the next step? Add intention in our mind together. We find an inhale breath through our nose. And we let it go through the mouth, sighing out, letting go. Inhale, bring the arms up and over the head, palms come together. Interlock the fingers, flip the palms up, blink open the eyes, lean back, look up. Really stretch through the arms, through the hands. And then release your left arm down towards the mat. Keep the right arm to the sky and move into a side bend to your left side. Right shoulders drawing back, lowest rib cage tucking in, gaze is coming up. Inhale, bring both arms back to center and exhale, sway over to the other side. Right hand comes to the earth, left arm comes over, shoulder draws back, heart is opening. Keeping the hips glued to the yoga block. Inhale, bring both arms back above the head, interlock the fingers, take the hands to the back of the head, squeeze the elbows in, lift the heart up, elbows to the sky, let your head rest in the hands. Both arms to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, let your right arm bend behind the head. So elbow bends, left hand grabs onto right elbow and gently push down. Tuck your lowest rib cage in. Take a few moments, a few breaths. And release, switch, bring the left arm up, bend the elbow, hand between the scapulas. Right hand grabs left elbow, pushes down. Lowest rib cage tucks down to the hip bone. One more round of breath here. And release both arms to the sky. Inhale. Cactus your arms, sternum lifts to the sky. Exhale. Bring the hands behind you, interlock your fingers. Roll the shoulders up by the ears, palms together. Bend the elbows if you need. Squeeze the shoulders together, lift the sternum up. And then exhale, keep the hips touching the block, forward fold. Arms come up and over. Pull yourself back up. Inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart, let your eyes close. Come back to your intention. And let's go ahead and blink open the eyes. Thank you so much again for being here. Let's plant our hands, roll onto the knees, neutral tabletop. Move the yoga block out of the way for now. Spread your fingers wide, stacking the shoulders over the wrist, hips above knees, and begin to move your hips side to side. Extend the right leg behind you, toes curl to the mat, push back and forth on the heel. Awakening the calf muscle. And inhale, lift that right leg off the ground, cross it behind the left leg so the right foot falls to the left corner of your yoga mat, and then push back and forth here. Inhale, lift the right leg off the yoga mat, swing it all the way to the right side of the yoga mat. So your right foot comes in line with your right hip. Bottom of the right foot comes to the earth. Inhale, bring both arms to the sky. Right leg is nice and straight here. Bottom of the foot to the earth. Left knee is bent. Tuck your tailbone down and under. Bring your right hand down in front of right foot, side, bend to the right side. Gate pose. Lifting the kneecap of that right leg to keep the leg nice and active. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, bring the arms back above the head. Exhale, cactus the arms. Keep the tailbone tucked in as you lift the sternum up. So hips a little bit forward, heart high. Inhale, bring the arms back above the head. Exhale, bring the hands down to the earth. Inhale, lift the right leg off of the ground. Bend the knee, heel up towards the ceiling. And gently pulse the heel up towards the ceiling. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Foot is flexed. Heel up towards the ceiling. You're going to push into the hands. Inhale. Variation of cow pose. And then as you exhale, tuck round in, draw knee to nose. Take your gaze forward. Step your right foot between the hands. Inhale, hands to the hips. Pause here. Lengthen the tailbone downward. So with your hands, push the tailbone downward. Push your right heel down, drag it back, and drag your left knee forward so the two meet towards the middle. So it feels like a magnet of right heel towards left knee. Bring both arms above the head. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and pull the left arm over to the right as you squeeze your heel towards your knee. Inhale, bring the arms back above the head. Keep squeezing the heel towards the knee. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring the hands down to the earth. Inhale, bring your right knee back to meet left. Exhale into a cat pose, tucking the tailbone in, rounding the spine up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come on back to a neutral tabletop. Extend your left leg behind you, toes curl under, push back and forth on the heel. Pause, lift the left leg up, cross it behind right, so the left toes come to the right corner of your yoga mat, and then again, push back and forth. Lift your left leg up, rotate it all the way to the left side of the yoga mat, extending off of the yoga mat. Bottom of the left foot comes towards to the ground, and then we inhale, bring both arms up and overhead, gate pose. Tuck your tailbone under here, lift your left kneecap up, and then side bend to your left side, left arm falls, right arm comes over. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms, sternum lifts up, tailbone's tucking under, but heart is lifting. Inhale, bring the arms back above the head. Exhale, take the hands down to the earth. Inhale, extend left leg behind you. Bend the knee, heel up towards the ceiling. And we're going to pulse that left heel up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause, heel pushing up. Draw your chest through the biceps, look up, cow variation. And then exhale, knee to nose, cat variation, pushing into the hands, rounding the spine, squeezing the heel towards the glute. Take your gaze between your hands, step the left foot between the hands. Bring your hands to your hips. So left knee stacked over the ankle, right hip stacked above the knee. Tilt your tailbone down and under with the help of your hands. Squeeze your left heel towards your right knee, so it's like a magnet of energy coming towards the midline, bringing both arms above the head. Really squeeze the heck out of that heel towards the knee. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and pull it over to the left side for a psoas stretch as you squeeze the heel towards the knee. Stay with your breathing. Should feel intense. Inhale the arms back above the head. Keep squeezing heel towards the knee. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring both hands down to the earth. Step your left knee back to meet right and pause. Flip your wrists so your wrist point forward, fingertips point back. You can do this one or both wrists at the same time, yogi's choice. As you inhale, take your belly down, lift the tailbone, gazing up, cow, and then exhale, tuck round in, chin to chest, cat, and we'll hold the cat pose. Inhale back to neutral. If you only switched one wrist, go ahead and switch the other. And then when you're ready, inhale, cow pose, tilt the tailbone up, look up. Exhale, tuck round in, chin to chest. Inhale back to neutral. Curl your toes under, sit back on the heels. Interlock your hands and roll out your wrists every which direction. Open and close the hands. Bring some energy into your fingertips, your hands. Let's plant our hands back on the yoga mat. Curl your toes under, lift the knees up, push your hips back. First down dog of the day. We'll start to pedal out our legs and move our hips. And start to find stillness here. Spread the fingers wide, rooting into the hands. Hips lifting up and back, shoulders away from the ears, small bend in the knees. We'll take our gaze forward, walk your feet forward. Coming to a ragdoll, bending both knees, grabbing opposite elbows, letting the body be heavy, spine long. Maybe finding a gentle sway side to side. Releasing the arms down to the mat, grabbing your yoga block, placing right hand on the yoga block as you deeply bend right knee. Inhale, swing your left arm up to the sky for a twist. And you can take left hand behind the back for a bind. Grabbing onto your hip or your lower back, whatever feels best in the body, but keep your left shoulder drawing back as you do this. Left hip pulls slightly back, pushing into the left heel as your left hip lengthens upward. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, switch. Left hand comes down to your yoga block. Left knee bends, right leg straightens. Right arm comes up to the sky. You can stay here or you can take the bind. Right hand comes behind the back. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Exhale, right hand down towards the earth. You can move your yoga block to the front of the mat for now, and then nice and slow round the spine up to standing. Rolling out the shoulders. Inhale, bringing your arms up and over the head. Palms come together. Tuck your tailbone under. Lift the fingertips up.
starting to lean back if it feels good in the body. As you exhale with a nice strong core, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Crown of the head sinks, hands release. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shins, flat back, shoulders come back. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back to a high plank. Shoulders are over wrists, tailbones tucking under, inner elbows spinning forward. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, slowly lower the body down to the mat. Let the whole body touch the ground at once, uncurling the toes, lifting the chest, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Two more. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, heart lifts, Bhujangasana, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Last time, inhale, heart lifts, legs strong, cobra. Holding cobra, hovering the hands off the ground. If that feels right in the body, pushing the tops of the feet down into the mat. Nice strong legs for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release down. Curl your toes under. Inhale, high plank pose, rise up. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips back. Taking your gaze forward, bending the knees, walking the feet forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Arms to the sky, inhale. And hands to heart center, exhale. Inhale, arms to the sky. Tuck the tailbone under. Reach back, heart lifts. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, high plank, step back. Shoulders over wrists, inner elbows spun forward, tuck the tailbone under. Shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower the body to the mat. Uncurl the toes, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. One more round. Cobra, lift the chest, elbows in, shoulders back. Hover the hands off the ground here. Nice and strong in the legs. Feel your lower back working really strong to keep your chest lifted for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, we release down. Inhale, rising up to a high plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Taking your gaze forward, bend the knees, jump or step the feet forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Arms sweep to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Arms reach up and over, inhale. Palms together, tailbone lengthens down, lifts the heart up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips, letting go. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank pose. Inner elbow spun forward. Take a pause here. Tailbone lengthening downward. Breath in. Shift your weight forward. Lower the body down to the mat and then breath out. Uncurl the toes. Lift the chest, cobra. Inhale, elbows in, shoulders back. Nice strong legs. Holding this cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Inhale, high plank pose, rise up. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips back. Taking your gaze forward, bend the knees, jump or step the feet forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Arms to the sky, inhale. And hands to heart center, exhale. Hands behind the back. Interlock your fingers, roll the shoulders up. Rotate them back, lift the sternum up. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, hinging at the hips, belly to the thighs, arms come up and over as you do. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, drop your hips, bend the knees, arms sweep to the sky, tucking the tailbone in as you do this, drawing the thumbs back. As we exhale, forward fold, hinge forward. Halfway lift, inhale. High plank pose, step back for a moment, exhale. Inner elbow spun forward, shift your weight forward, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, flip to the tops of the feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Taking the gaze forward, lunge your right foot forward. Release your left knee to the earth. Inhale, arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Inhale, sweep your right arm to the sky for a twist. Exhale, right hand to the earth. Inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale through a vinyasa, so we shift our weight forward, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking your gaze forward, lunging the left foot forward, releasing right knee down to the ground. Inhale, arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Rather than sinking into pelvis, see if you can lift slightly up, keep some strength in that back leg while getting a stretch. It's not all about dumping into deep postures, but maintaining a balance. Exhale, bring the hands down to the earth. Inhale, left arm to the sky for a twist. Exhale, left hand comes to the earth. Inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale, vinyasa, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Taking your gaze forward, bend the knees, jump or step the feet forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose, Utkatasana, bend knees, sink hips, arms to the sky. Shift the weight into right foot, inhale, left knee up towards the chest, staff pose. Nice and slow, stepping back to a high crescent lunge. Left foot reaches to the back of the mat, right knee bends. As you exhale, a vertical twist to your right side, bringing your arms wide, squeezing the inner thighs together, keeping your right knee moving outward towards the pinky toe. Inhale, sweep back to center, high crescent lunge. Exhale here. Inhale into a staff pose. Pull the left knee up towards the chest once again. Arms to the sky. Exhale, figure four squat. Right knee starts to bend as left ankle crosses over right knee. Hands lower down to heart center. Keep your chest lifted. Whew. As right knee bends, hips sink low. Left foot is flexed. Inhale, rising back up, staff pose. Arms come up and over. Exhale, step back to a warrior one. So bending the right knee, left foot lands on a diagonal. Railroad tracking the feet, so right foot's in line with the hip, left foot's in line with the hip versus a tightrope. You're going to inhale, straighten right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Two more, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee, lift the heart, Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. As you exhale, bring the hands down to the earth, stepping back to a high plank, exhaling through a vinyasa. Taking the gaze forward, bending the knees, jumping or stepping the feet forward. Halfway lift as you inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Bend the knees, sink the hips, low chair pose. Inhale. Next breath in, shift the weight to the left foot. Pull the right knee up towards the chest, staff. As you exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. High crescent lunge. Feet are on a railroad track. Left knee bends, tracking outward towards pinky toe. Could always be a bend in back knee. Tailbone tucking under. As you exhale, vertical twist to your left side. Arms come wide, squeezing the inner thighs together. Inhale, come back through center, high crescent lunge. Exhale here. Inhale to staff pose. Pull the right knee in and up towards the chest. Pause. Tailbone lengthening downward. All muscles in the legs working together to keep you balanced. As you exhale, figure four squat, slight bend in left knee as right ankle crosses over, hands lower to the heart. Bend the right knee deeper as you sink your hips low. Right foot is flexed. Heart is lifting. Tailbone's tucking. Core is engaged. Inhale back to staff pose. Arms reach up overhead. And we're going to exhale to warrior one. Step the right foot back on a railroad track. Right foot lands on a 45-degree angle. Left knee is bent. Good. We inhale, straighten left leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. One more time. Straight leg, inhale. Bend your knee, exhale. Anchor into the outside edge of right foot. Heart lifting high. As you exhale, hands lower down to the earth. Step back, high plank. Exhale through a vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Child's pose on the breath out. Open the knees wide, big toes together to kiss. Sink the hips back on the heels, forehead to the mat. Walk your hands over to the right side of the mat. Place your left hand over your right. Forehead relaxes, left shoulder relaxes. Side body stretch. Finding nourishment in our practice. Building heat, building discomfort, knowing on the other side is comfort. Walking your hands back to center and then walking over to the left side, placing the right hand over the left. Right shoulder relaxes down. Walking your hands back to center, shifting the weight forward, neutral tabletop. Draw your knees in. Keep this long neutral tabletop so the hands are a little bit on a diagonal, arms are a little bit on a diagonal from the shoulders. And then you're going to inhale, drop the belly down. Shift your weight forward, so now shoulders over wrists. And then bend your elbows, lower the heart down to the earth for extended puppy dog posture. You can keep your hands where they are or extend the arms forward. If the arms are extended forward, Bring them back to a push-up position. Roll your shoulders back. Together we push into the hands, round the spine, cat pose. Coming back to neutral tabletop, curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweeping the right leg up towards the sky, bending the knee, opening your hip. And as you exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Warrior two, back heel comes to the earth, arms cartwheel open. Heel to arch alignment, magnetizing the heel of the front foot with the arch of your back foot. Right knee tracking out to pinky toe. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten the right leg, lift the right arm up and back. And exhale, extended side angle. Bend your right knee, right forearm comes to the thigh, left arm comes over the head. You can stay here today or move into a bind, bringing the left arm behind the back. You can stay here or right hand underneath the leg, reaching for left hand. If you are taking the bind, draw your shoulder back. If you're in a bind, gently release. Inhale, star pose. Arms come up and over. Exhale, Prasarita Padmotanasana, hinge forward at the hips. Crown of the head sinks down. Weight tilts forward towards the balls of the feet. See if you can lift your kneecaps slightly up. Push into the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands to your left foot. Bend your left knee. Pivot to the back of the mat. Inhale the left arm up to the sky for a twist. Start to move to pinky toe edge of both feet. Step left foot to the back of the mat, Vashisthasana, side plank. Exhale the left hand down to the earth, plank pose. Shift your weight forward, Vinyasa, Chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. As you exhale, knee comes to nose, shoulders over wrist. Look forward, step your right foot forward. Inhale to warrior two. Inhale to star pose. Toes turn out, heels turn in. Exhale, goddess pose. Bend the knees, sink the hips low, hands to the heart. Inhale, rise up to staff. To star. Turn your toes in, heels out. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Walk your hands to your left foot. Bend your left knee, Skandasana. Pivot to the front of the mat. Heel toe your left foot to the outside edge of your yoga mat. Step your right foot outside of right hand. Lower the hips down, yogi squat. Hands come to heart center. Push the knees out with the help of the elbows. Elbows push back onto knees. Crow pose, Bakasana. Plant your hands on the earth. Lift your hips up. Heel toe the feet in. Bring the knees to the back of the arms as you bend your elbows. You can stay right here today or start to shift the weight forward, lifting one or both feet off of the ground, taking flight in Bakasana. Jump or step back through Vinyasa. Chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Left leg comes to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip. As you exhale, step the left foot between the hands, warrior two, back heel comes to the earth, arms cartwheel wide. Heel to arch alignment, magnetize the heel of the front foot with the arch of the back foot. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten right leg, left arm reaches to the sky. And then exhale, extended side angle, bend left knee, left forearm to left thigh, right arm comes over the head. You can stay here, or we take the right arm behind the back, half bind, or left arm under the leg, full bind. If full bind is what you're taking, shoulders are drawing back, chest is up, left knee is pushing outward. Inhale, rise into a star, releasing the bind. Exhale, Prasarita Padmottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. This time, option for a headstand if it's in your practice. If you are in a headstand, start to release. Bring our hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of the mat. Bend your right knee, Skandasana. Pivot to the back of the mat. Inhale your right arm up to the sky for a lunge twist. Come to pinky toe edge of both feet. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Side plank pose, Vashisthasana. Lifting that left hip up. As you exhale, Vinyasa, right hand to the earth. Shift the weight forward. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Left leg comes to the sky. Inhale, bend the knee, open the hip. And as you exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Warrior two, inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, star pose. Toes out, heels in. Exhale, goddess, bend both knees. Inhale, rise to star, turn your toes in, heels out. Exhale, Prasarita Padmottanasana, wide-legged forward fold, last one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands to your right foot, bend your right knee, pivot to the front of your mat, heel toe the right foot to the outside edge of your yoga mat. Step your left foot forward, yogi squat, hands to the heart. Pausing in the yogi squat, spine nice and tall. And lower your hips to the earth. Keep your chest as lifted as possible. Half boat pose, Ardha Navasana, legs bent. As you exhale, go long and wide, shoulders hovering above the ground. Inhale, knees back to the chest. Exhale, long and wide. Inhale, knees back to the chest. Exhale, long and wide. Last one, knees to the chest. Hold your boat pose. Open the feet wide. Bring the feet down to the earth. And do your best to come back up to a yogi squat. You can use your hands or not. And An option for a crow pose here, or just stepping back, moving through your final vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale the right leg up to the sky. Exhale for pigeon pose. Bring your right foot to your left wrist, right knee to the earth. Slide left foot back. Make sure the pelvis is sinking down to the earth here. You can always slide your blanket or your block underneath the hips to make a connection. Tall spine as you inhale. As you exhale, coming forward to a sleeping pigeon. Let your breath come through. Let your breath be medicine. What we just did is placed our body into a sympathetic, we activated our sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight, by going really fast, by trying challenging poses in a flowing movement. And the idea of this is to activate our parasympathetic response, so our breath, to calm down the central nervous system so that you can learn to say, hey, I'm in control under stressful situations. As you inhale, lift your heart up, walk your hands back, shift the weight into the right hip, and you're going to pull left leg around for double pigeon pose. So placing the left ankle over the right knee. So it's important that the ankle over the knee. If your left knee is lifting off of the right ankle, you can place your yoga block here to close the gap. Okay, and same, if the right knee is lifting off the ground, you can bring a block underneath the right knee. Take a moment and find what feels best in your body. We're going to find a nice tall spine. Both feet are flexed and active. As you exhale, walk your hands forward, double pigeon pose. Take your time here. There's no reason to get all the way down. But the more that we breathe and calm our breath, calm that nervous system, the deeper we can go in this pose, the more our body allows us to feel this position. As you inhale, walk your hands back, lift your heart up, bring your left foot outside of right knee, slide your right foot closer to your hip, bring both butt cheeks down to the mat. Left arm comes behind the back for support, fingertips point back, Right arm reaches up to the sky, big inhale. Exhale, twisting to the left side, hooking the elbow outside the knee, spinning the gaze over the shoulder. Half spinal twist. Inhale, twist back to center. Exhale, counter bow to the right side. Push into the hands. Inhale, lift the chest. Extend the left leg behind us. So coming back to that original position of pigeon pose, curl the left toes under, step back to a downward facing dog. And then left side, inhale your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left foot steps forward for pigeon. Sliding the right heel back. And again, make sure that your pelvis is touching the ground here. If it's not, and this side might be different, we take a blanket or a block and place it underneath our hip. And we find a nice tall spine as we inhale. And then when you're ready, walk your hands forward, lower into the hips as you exhale, relaxing the body. Let breath be your medicine. As you inhale, lift your heart up, walk your hands back. Shift the weight into that left leg. Bring the right leg around for double pigeon pose once again. So right ankle crosses over left knee. And if we need to, the block can come between those gaps. So those earth gaps or space gaps, so that we create earth, we create grounding. Find a tall spine as you inhale. And then as you exhale, start to lean forward, walk forward. Finding your edge of discomfort where you can still breathe fully and comfortably. As you inhale, walk your hands back. Bring your right foot outside of left knee. Slide left ankle towards right hip for half spinal twist. Right hand comes behind the back. Left arm reaches to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, we twist to our right side, hooking the elbow outside the knee. Gaze comes over the shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, counter bow to your left. Inhale, come back, lift up. Extend your left leg forward and then right leg forward. And you can kind of move the energy out here, patting the legs. Bring your feet together, knees open wide for Baddha Konasana. Take a nice tall spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, hinge your hips forward. Letting the chin release down to the chest. Staying with that Ujjayi breathing. Lift your heart up, walk your hands back. Keep your legs as they are and come to your backside for Supta Baddha Konasana. Placing the hands wherever resonates most with you. Maybe a place on the body that needs some healing and attention, some love. With the help of your hands, draw your knees in towards each other. Draw the knees in towards the chest and begin to massage your back. Let your knees fall to the right side. Arms come out to a capital T for a gentle belly twist. As you inhale, draw your knees back to center, scoot your hips to the middle, and then knees fall to the left side. Draw your knees back to the middle, knees to the chest. Open them wider than the rib cage, grabbing outside edges of the feet for happy baby. You can massage your back here in your happy baby. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. And then slowly extend the legs long, and we'll come into our final rest, our Shavasana. Letting one last breath come in and sighing out, letting go. Shavasana.
Allow a deeper breath to come in. Wiggling your fingers and toes. And then slowly reaching the arms above the head. Draw the knees to the chest as you turn to one side in the fetal position. At your own speed, gently and slowly lift up to a seat, maintaining the eyes closed. Let your hands come to heart center, taking one last breath in together and out through the mouth. Sealing this class and uniting our energies. Bringing the thumbs to the forehead, bowing the head down. With all my love, I bow to you. Thank you for showing up today. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here, yogis. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time you make it to your mat.